Hi friends, and now I am having some good news for you. And regarding the corona pandemic, the main fear which was there is there is no specific drug for this corona cases. That was the main fear which was among the public, and also it was a spreading disease. It has a highest rate of spreading, which is R3. So you have to wear face mask when you go outside. If you want, you can wear a gloves as well. You should use a proper antiseptic when you wash your clothes. When you have to clean it with your floors with a suitable disinfectant like Lysol, Domex, so many are there. So you have to pick up those, and I am using Dettol antiseptic to wash my things, specifically this face mask and hand gloves, all those. And you can use your comfortable brands, but use more disinfectant at this point of time. And coming to the good news directly, the problem of not having a specific drug for coronavirus is over. It's not, still you cannot get it on a public. Only these drugs will be available to the hospitals which are allowed to give treatment for coronavirus. And the most happiest thing is Indian companies have got it. Lenmark, it will be spelled as GLENMERK. The G is silent, I think. This has come up with a drug called Fabiflu, which is good for mildly affected patients. And in US they have find out a drug called dexamethasone, which is for critical people. And the very best part is the most of the corona affected cases are in that's about the available active cases all over the world is 37 lakh and 40,000. Out of that, 36 lakh and 80,000 people are mild cases, and only about 54,000 are critical people. So Indian drug is for many, but I don't know whether it will be available for foreign countries as well. As of now, they are going to give this for only for approved clinics for giving coronavirus treatment. And the very good news is, earlier in my previous video, and even some of the video which I am going to release in future will have this message that the medicine cost about some 54,000 rupees for 1 week. The treatment the medical cost alone will come about, but this Fabiflu has come up with the cost for about one tablet is 103 rupees. This is also a costly one, but when compared to 48,000 for a week, it's a little bit better. And so that's a very good news, but still prevention is better than cure. Why should you fall sick and increase the burden? For giving this treatment also, there are a lot of facilities needed. The doctor cost is there. When you look at all of this, this is a illness which costs a higher spending. Even though the government spends, it's going to reduce our government money or reserves. So we have to be very careful on preventing this. Apart from that, in India, another one drug, Remdesivir, Covifo, is a drug from the company called Hetero. This will be given for clinicals permitted to COVID treatment. Again, this is also another one drug. So now specific medicines are available. And why are we, and some information about the corona cases is, all over the world it has reached about 90 lakhs and 50,000 cases, and total deaths alone accounts for all over the world accounts for about 4 lakh and 70,000, which is a very sad thing. And cases recorded are about 48 recorded to be recovered are about 48 lakhs and 40,000. Closed cases were about 5 lakh and 38,000. So these are the kind of things. And in India alone, it has affected about 17.4 lakh people, and about 2 lakh and 30,000 people have cured. And the very sad part is the deaths are about some 13,699. One person is migrated to a different country, maybe they would have come from different country. And in Tamil Nadu alone, it's about 59,000 cases, and active are 25,000, and 32,000 cases have recovered. And so very sad thing is about 759 people died, including Pondicherry, 366 total cases. Active is about 218, and recovered is about 140, and deaths is about 8. So this is to know about the severity of this corona pandemic. And When I am giving these figures, these are all the statistics I just watched on computer today morning. So that's why I am creating this video. Already I have published one video, and as I heard of the news that there are some drugs available to treat this coronavirus, I thought okay, we can look into more details. Apart from that, I daily hear this news. In Chennai the rate is increasing. Every day we are getting more than 2000 active cases all over Tamil Nadu, and more than 1000, touching 1500 cases in Chennai. So this still now in Tamil Nadu, it has not become a social spread. Social spread is something when you move out itself, it will start spreading. Instead, there is no need for a person who is already affected by coronavirus to come in contact with you. So these informations I am giving because the knowledge about the disease is very essential, mainly in case of pandemic or epidemic diseases like corona. That's the COVID-19 is the particular name for this virus. There are a lot of viruses in corona family. This particular is called as COVID-19. And also when you have this knowledge, and when we take a precaution measures, like as I told on the earlier stages, cleanliness is very important. Cleanliness is next to godliness. So when you keep yourself clean, and when you wear face mask and all those, you will be much protected. So that's the kind of knowledge which you have to get. And as I told you, we have got specific drugs, but it's all only allowed to be sold on facilities or hospitals which are approved by the government for giving treatment to this particular coronavirus. And a question arises now, when there is a drug, when there is a medicine, why they are not giving to all? Main reason is there are something called as clinical trials which has to be passed for each and every drug. There are various levels. First they will do it with animals, then with some few people, then with more, like that. The phases should go on, and all these people who are taking the drug should be closely monitored by a fully qualified medical practitioner, doctor, nurse and all those. So all these facilities should be checked by the government and approved. These are all only for the well-being of the citizen, or you can, the world level you can take it as well-being of the human beings. So we should be understanding that and cooperate with the government on these kinds of tough times. How can we cooperate? We can avoid spreading out unwanted rumors. We can do a proper research and preserve ourselves and our family. I would have talked about using different color face masks for different people in the family, and there will be home quarantine people as well. So on those cases, try to avoid inviting all the guests at that point of time. So you can maintain a social distance, but you should not neglect them totally. But maintaining social distance is very essential for avoiding the spread of any epidemic. And as this is being the current topic now, we are mainly talking about this particular virus. So as we are progressing on the treatment, and as we all cooperate and maintain a cleanliness, like I also suggested to wear shoes and boots. Usually I don't like to wear all those. I prefer only slippers. And about that also I am going to post some videos in the upcoming days. Those videos will be mainly about how to select a slipper when you go on a group place, because that's also a safety thing. The main disaster which happens during a epidemic or a disaster is people fear and run. At that time they leave out their slippers, and because of that more fatalities happen. There are crowd stumbling and all those. So those kind of awareness video I will be posting up. And now I am recommending shoes because your foot will be completely covered. There are mainly about the cracks I thought of speaking. You should use proper crack cream, and there not be any open wounds in your body. And there is no thing, or there is no finding that corona spreads through open wounds, so don't confuse that. But still, as an awareness I am giving, when there is an open wound, there are a lot of other infections which could hurt you as well. Only when there is some pandemic news like corona, people listen for about hygiene and cleanliness. That's a very big sad part all over the world, mainly specifically in developing and underdeveloped country. The awareness about hygiene is very less. And there is also a news I get that in Italy, before this coronavirus was invented, before it spreaded in China as well. And this news we have to analyze it very properly, because this coronavirus, how it spreads is, it was already present as an animal virus. There is something called as RNA, ribonucleic acid, in a virus, which has the ability to mutate. In this mutation process, this could be stimulated mutation or natural mutation. Naturally itself, these viruses mutate to develop their skills. We talk about self-improvement, self-learning, skill development, all those, right? Likewise, these viruses do their skill development at the ribonucleic acid, that is called as RNA, which is one of the main substance in any creature, and these viruses also have a RNA. That's the coronavirus family virus, this COVID-19. So, in order to attack humans, this coronavirus ability, that mutation process has happened, and it has modified itself to get the strength. And people who talk about bioweapons, you would have heard of this term bioweapons at a larger time, but I am not saying that coronavirus or COVID-19 is a bioweapon. But how they do is, they stimulate the mutation, they stimulate the improvement. By that, they modify that RNA, and at that time, an animal virus could start hunting the human beings. For example, HIV/AIDS is an animal virus. It doesn't, the researchers shows that there are some early civilization in the underdeveloped country people, they beat themselves as a part of religious worship, and put the corilla blood in their body after with the beatings. At that time only the HIV virus has entered into humans, and as I told you, through mutation, once they got the information, the RNA works out, and now it's being an uncurable disease. And some people are saying that medicines are available. I don't have proper details about that, so I don't want to confuse a lot in this video. So the main reason for giving this video at this point of time is, Indian companies have successfully find out medicines for that. Now it's on the permitted for so to be supplied by the government approved hospitals, and people will be monitored by them, maybe in the hospital or maybe on home quarantine as well. Those instructions will be given by the government alone, and based on your affected level, the doctors will decide that. So don't hide infection. And you can also try with, if you are well enough, you can try with Nelavembu Kashayam and Kavasara Kudineer, all those. But if you have problem and if you feel that you need a medical attention, meet the doctor and get the consultation. Medicine is available. So at a mild stage, you can cure it with tablets and medicines. When you go to a critical stage and you want some kind of ventilators and you are on a machine, your life will be safeguarded by a machine, but still the expenditure will be more. So when you found illness, the coronavirus symptoms are like fever, dry cough, diarrhea is also a symptom. Please note that you may not have fever, you may have diarrhea. Don't take medicines by yourself. Visit a doctor and tell him that I hear that the coronavirus symptom is also a diarrhea. So is there any kind of checkup I have to do? They will be able to monitor your temperature, and they will suggest you whether you have to go for a test or not. Now private clinics also, a lot of reputed private clinics are allowed to do corona testing if you can pay the expenses. So you can also use that. And if you are not wealthy enough, you can go to the government clinics. Free treatment is provided in India. Blessed you are born in India. And that's all I thought of conveying in this video. And this video I am going to post it today evening, because today morning only I posted a video. And okay friends, and it's time to say bye. It's your Joel John J signing off from you. Bye.